Hi, I'm Song Rae.
I'm something else.
Here, Black Girl Seoul, a podcast where we discuss the Asian dramas we love from a Black female perspective. We are looking to be entertained, to learn about other cultures, and share our passion for these shows. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. This is Black Girl Seoul. I am something else and
Song Rae.
So, Song Rae is a fan. That's too light to describe her stanhood. Is it just that you're a fan of Do-Hwan? Is it that you're in love with him? Is it that you're obsessed? I'll let you explain, because this whole episode is about her and Do-Hwan, and I'm just here to watch the crazy happen. Go.
Okay, so I laugh with a deep gut laugh at this point because I find this to be kind of hilarious. I think I told you guys in one of the blogs I did about being a, what do you call it, a fangirl. Like, I didn't realize how serious my fangirling was, but yeah, he is who let me know, oh, crap, you've got a problem. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm here. I'm here. I'm open to safe space.
It is a safe space. I'm only going to make fun of you a little bit, but ma'am, the first step is acknowledging that you have a problem. It's not really a problem, but it is cracking me up that you at some point went, damn, okay, it's real. So,
yeah.
So what's going on with you and Do-Hwan right now, other than he's doing military service, right?
He is doing military service, and so all I can do is look for crumbs when they appear. People are like logged into the. So okay, look, I had somebody on Twitter, because I guess they are just as well off as I am, is what I'm gonna call this, and they were telling me,
calling
go
it
join.
What? You're calling it
they
what?
Were just as well off as I am.
Oh, you know what? You know
Their
what?
love.
You know what? That beats entanglement. That's what you calling it? You well off?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, well, Jada has
nothing
on you. Jada has nothing on you. Well off, y'all. Well off is the new phrase for Stalker Nation, for every little breadcrumb. You calling it well off? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just need to take a moment. You're not going.
I gotta blow past that.
Go on. I'm sorry.
You are taking too much time with that one. So they tell me to go join this thing to be able to see when he posts stuff from the military. But it's all in Korean, and I can't read any of it. And even when I tried to get Google to help me translate, I still was super lost. So I just have to wait till people post shit, and then when they post it, I immediately grab up what I want, post it in our Pinterest. If you have not been to our Pinterest, please go to our Pinterest. We've got all kind of stuff going on. I am continually adding things to it and trying to build it up. We would love to have you come follow just for pictures, and I post the TikToks we do in there as well. But any which way, yes, I go and I take it over to our Pinterest, and I have a whole board dedicated just to him. And so
right. I don't have nothing to say.
That's where I've been.
Because I love this side of Song Rae. See, you have to understand, it's not like Song Rae in regular life is like, she's warm and friendly. Like, she's one of my closest friends, darn near a sister to me. She's cool beans, but I've never seen her fangirl. I have never. I've known this woman, 20 years easily. I have never seen her geek out over dudes the way that she does over one Asian man and two Do-Hwan. I can't even fully say his name sometimes. You know how, like, when you are going to say something, but you don't have confidence in pronouncing the word or the name? That's how I feel about Do-Hwan. But do you know why I give it a shot? Because this chick has said his name 5 billion times. So that's why this whole episode is about him. So what made you decide you want to talk about him especially now?
Well, so I had already pre-purposed in my mind I wanted to do this prior to him going to military because I wanted it out in the world. But it just didn't happen for whatever the case may have been. And I'm kind of glad because this gave me a chance to like sit back, reflect, and really think about, was I on a high from the King Eternal Monarch? Because that was the last current show I had seen. Now, mind you, I saw some stuff after that, but still, that was the last current show I had seen. And so I'm like, was it because I was on that high or was it something else? But no, I really did have to take some time to reflect, think about his work, think about what I've seen him do, because what I am going to say on all serious tip, he's an excellent actor. Like, I got to give him props. He is a very good actor in everything I've seen him in, and I've seen everything but two. One of them is called Come Come Absolutely Come. There happens to be
what is that name again? What is
I know,
that
right?
name again?
The title is real wrong. Come Come.
No, it's
Absolutely
not. It's real
Come.
right. I want to go see what he's talking about now.
Girl, please. Because in this one, his character is not even mentioned. He doesn't have a name. He's just listed as a cast member. So it's not like he was intricate in that show.
It was
and
a
then
waste.
The other one was called Kite Island Baby, and I couldn't find any information on that. It was listed in Key East. That's his agency. It was listed on their website, mind you. In order for me to read it, I have to have Google Translate, so it could be a bad translation, but the title that it translates to is Kite Island Baby, and I couldn't find anything for that. So those two haven't seen. Everything else I've seen, and everything that I've seen, yeah, he gets hats off. He knows what he's doing. He's a good actor.
You know what? I assumed he was a good actor because he did stellar work in The King Eternal Monarch. I mean, to juggle at least two different characters and make them very distinct. I mean, you know he's a good actor when he hugs himself at the end of the series. Right. And I'm feeling for each character individually. I'm like, oh, look, he was just really good. I mean, granted, there's some, the mechanics of it are, TV magic. But at the end of the day, when you see him hug himself, I'm like, damn, dude, damn, son, you good.
Do you know what did it for me for that show? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Do you know what did it for me, Song Rae? No, not Song Rae.
No, I'm just gonna bleep out my name. But this is live. This cracks me up.
I'm starting
what
over.
Did it for you?
Do you know what did it for me? Something else. What did it for me was that he not only, yes, you see him playing two characters and they do interact and we get to see the interaction. It was that he double layered with those characters. So you have opportunities where he is Joe Unsub. Unsub was the goofy one. He's Joe Unsub pretending to be the other one. And then he's the other one pretending to be Joe Unsub. And I was just like, whoa.
Right.
That's deep.
No, I know exactly
you get what I'm saying.
Because it's not just that he was playing two characters. He was playing two characters who pretended to be each other.
Exactly.
That's a lot. That's a tongue twister and it's messing with my mind. But yeah, no, I think they were not stupid. And this is where I give props to writers and directors. And, the writing was stellar, of course, with that drama, but the acting was stellar too. No disrespect to Lee Min-ho because we all love him, but he did his standard acting, right? The folks around him though were keeping it like where he was a solid A. Everyone around him was bringing game, and Do-Hwan was and I repeat, no exception. So I get why you like him.
Now, I just, had a list of all of the dramas he's been in, what roles he played, and I did list all of this out in my blog. So if you haven't read the blog, please go read the blog because it's all there as well. But the next thing he did was in 2012, he played in a show called Shut Up Flower Band Boy. And I had seen that like 3 times. Why? Because they were cute.
Wait, you saw what 3 times?
And I love Elle. Shut Up Flower Band Boy. I watched the drama.
So it was a drama and not a film?
It's a drama, yes.
And you watched it 3
episode drama,
times?
yes. Just over the course of the year or years, because I saw it like way back. Then I watched it again because I was like, did I watch this? I have that problem. Sometimes if the drama is not like real, the bomb, it doesn't stick with me. So I'll have seen it, watched it, enjoyed it while I watched it, but then clean forgot about what was going on in it until I start seeing it again. So like Shut Up Flower Band Boy, when it had to have been maybe 2 years ago, for some reason I was at home at my mom's and I started watching it again, and I was like, oh, I saw this, and I remembered that I had seen it, but I went on and watched it again. Then I watched it again recently when Corona quarantine happened. I watched it again for some reason. Because Elle was in that Meow show, and that, yeah, I hated that. But anyway, he was in that drama, and I like Ellen, so I wanted to see him again. And I was like, that was one of the dramas I really liked him, and so I went and watched it again.
So can you tell me what the premise is? Because I remember like maybe a poster or something, but I had no interest. Like, what made you see it 3 times?
I just told you they're cute. There was really no other reason.
Because the fangirl is alive, really, y'all. She is alive. Man. But no, I mean, for real, because what was the premise of that?
Because really there was no good basis behind it. It was a drama about some guys who were in a band and the strife and the struggles they go through. So like, one of the characters, he's like the band leader, he dies at the beginning, and then they all work really hard to make sure they get their band off the ground because he died and they don't want to let his work have gone for naught. That kind of thing.
Okay.
I was also there's another boy band group he was in, but this one had something to do with a girl, and it was one of them ones that I watched it, I easily forgot about it, and it slipped out of my mind. But like, it's some girl who he's playing music to her, he likes, she dies, or it was a weird one. But that one was another band movie he was in, but that one, like I said, that one kind of didn't really stick with me for too much. Shut Up Flower Boy Band stuck with me because it wasn't just him. It was, other guys in there that were pretty good in that sense, talking about.
Well, maybe I'll go look at it again, even though you're like, it's just a so-so drama, but they fine. So I may check it out.
Yeah. So that was one. He is literally a like 5-minute extra, not even 5 minutes. It might be 5 seconds. He's an extra that just shows up in the background of that movie. So you don't really get to see any acting at all for Do-Hwan. That's just a movie that's on his repertoire of being done. Next would be Drama World. I believe you saw Drama World.
I didn't see Drama World. It's a travesty.
Oh, you know,
because it kind of was going to throw me off somehow. Like, I think the reason I didn't want to see it, like, it's a great premise, was because I didn't want to like go into the mechanics of dramas and, the various tropes, even though we talk about them and everything. I don't know. Something made me not want to go see. So, but I didn't know he was in it. So I may go watch it now.
He was. And I'm going to give that the storyline was really good. Okay. Like, at first, I felt the same as you, but I enjoyed it once I got into it. So, in Drama World, the girl's name is Claire. Claire is this, I'm just going to say American because they don't really give me much else to work with. She could be European, but just based upon what I'm seeing, I'm thinking American. She works at a restaurant with her dad, and she watches dramas all the time, and her dad basically tells her like, hey, you got to figure something else out besides all this drama watching. This is all you do. And it's to the point where she winds up in a drama. Someone comes to rob her at the store. She goes into the drama, and the life that she's having in there, yes, they do talk about the tropes. They talk about the stuff you usually see. There's like this handbook of what happens in a drama. And so if this happens, this shouldn't happen. When this happens, this shouldn't happen. And so they even talk about how when a drama ends, the characters' memories are wiped and they go to playing other dramas.
That's funny.
Like, it was funny. It was funny. Yes, I enjoyed it a whole lot just for that premise. And so he's he's a side character. He's like a second male lead to a degree. And not even second. There's a love interest to the male lead, and the love interest has him as one of those
Oh,
guys who's always
he's
there
third
to just
tier.
kind of.
He's third tier in the game.
There you go.
And
There
you know what? Sometimes that's why I don't ignore any of the characters for the most part, unless they just get on my nerves, because the third tier character or actor in one drama will one day be like second tier and then the lead. So, I mean, if things are fair, you know, if they jump ahead in their lead, that's wonderful too. But you have to start somewhere. So I'm glad to know Do-Hwan just didn't like appear. He's done, you know, bit parts. He like put in his time.
And so then I skipped some. I apologize. Prior to Drama World, that's when he was in Let's Go to Rose Motel. To which, yes.
I saw that because Song Rae is thorough. So the reason I know about the Rose Motel film is because Song Rae was kind enough to send me the clip. And by clip, I mean porn clip. Okay? Because you don't watch a porno all the way through like a film. That's not what you do. You watch clips. And that clip had him laying it down and laying it low. And let me just say, for it to be softcore, he was doing some hardcore business. Hello. I mean, my God. Can I get an amen? Or at least get a So yeah, please expound, Song Rae, on that film, that work.
So, you know, someone somewhere I found, I don't know how I even
on the dark web
discovered, but he was in I know, right? He's in a adult film. So what the fuck? I want to know the name of that. So I found it and I went to go watch. And I watched the whole entire damn film because I didn't know where he was. I know, right?
Oh shit!
I didn't know where he was. I didn't know what to expect. So I watched the whole film. The film was trash. When I tell you trash, man, it was terrible.
Pornos are not good for their plot and their writing.
On top of it being a porno, it was trash because concept. Like this guy who he's dating this girl, and the girl gets strung out on drugs. Like he drugs her up initially, sleeps with her, and then he gets her strung out on drugs to go and continue sleeping with other guys. So he basically pimps her out. And when she decides to kind of rebel, mind you, none of this is in English. This is in total Korean, and there is no subtitle.
Chick.
But I'm doing all kind of inferring.
Man, so, you are committed to the game. I applaud you. My hat's off to you, because that's a lot.
Ooh. At any rate. So when she begins to complain and like kind of fight back, he started beating on her. So I was like, oh, fuck no. On top of the fact that you basically drugged the chick, raped her, because we gonna call this shit what it is. You drugged her, you raped her, you set her out as a hoe in the, you know, putting her out on these different dates and stuff and drugging her before you send her out. Then you start domestically abusing her too. You beating on her. Like, yeah, it was trash.
Classic pimp.
So all of that goes on. And at the end, he appears, Do-Hwan. And it appears because, again, I don't know what they're saying, but I did some inferring. It appeared like he was either like a friend of hers, relative. I couldn't tell. He was upset about what was going on, like where is she, what happened, because I think she died.
Wow.
If I can remember, I think she died. But he, you know, he's upset with the old guy, with the dude, about what was going on and what was happening with her. And so at the end, it was like real weird because they show him in an alley with some chick and then they go off to a hotel. And I was like, what the fuck? What does this have to do with? I was done. You never saw anything, but that was the first one I saw. So then I start messing with TikTok, and when I'm over on TikTok, I had a chick from England. So she was like, oh no, it's out there, and yeah, you got all kind of shots. And I'm like, how? I didn't see shit. He never took his clothes off. She was like, yes, he did. Check this link. So I go to the link she sends me, and yeah, that's when I found
he got rhythm.
Yeah.
But you know, two things I'm thinking about right now, if I can remember them correctly. Number one, that is some classic pimp game. It's like, I guess, the Asian version of Pimps Up, Hoes Down. For anyone who does not have that reference, in the 1990s, there was a documentary, a series of documentaries, I believe, called Pimps Up, Hoes Down.
Yes.
And it was about the pimp hoe game. And I forget what city in, or maybe it was various cities in America. And you got to meet hoes and more importantly, in this case, pimps, because you got to learn about the pimp mentality, like pimps training other pimps, the way they speak, everything. And I'm sure it glorified it to some degree, but it is almost a childhood reference for me. For pimping and hoeing and the game and the hoe stroll. That's how I know any kind of phrasing about the pimp game. So it's just interesting to me that this is like the pimps up, hoes down, South Korean edition of it. That's one point. So the second point is Song Rae has done a stellar job at TikTok. And specifically,
thank you
Do-Hwan, like she has really invested and shown a love for dramas in general, in this case Do-Hwan. And so if you have not followed our TikTok, you really should. And I'm sure our TikTok videos are also attached in Pinterest. So however you're wandering around to find us, you should be able to get to those TikToks, because she shows a lot of attention and love to all the subjects that she makes TikTok videos about. But I don't know how many videos have you done about Do-Hwan?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I know it's more than one or two.
I don't know.
Because I'd be like,
it is more than 4. How about that?
I'm like, I just saw Do-Hwan, but it was different music, right? And I'd be like, oh no, this chick done it again. I was like, but it's cute and it works and it sounds good. So, I watch it 2 or 3 times and then go about my day. But I just wanted to mention that also, because it, like you said something and it came to me. But go on.
So that was that. Then we went on to Drama World. Then the next one that he did in 2016, it was 10, 2016, 12, 2016, was the drama Sweet Stranger in Me. I really enjoyed Sweet Stranger in Me. Now, first, when I saw it, I can't remember, did he lead me to watch it? Because here's the thing me and something else have discussed, and I want to say I may have mentioned it to you all, but I can't remember. But at any rate, one of the things that happens for me is like when I meet an actor, decide I like them for who they are, their character, whatever the case may be, I want to see everything they're in. So I go and I start searching all the stuff they're in, dramas, movies, whatever, because I want to get a feel for what other works they have out there. At any rate, this, I can't remember, was it me running upon it? Because I also happened to like Kim Young-kwang, and he was the lead actor in this. And so, I like his dramas. He's usually like a fun character to be around when you see his stuff. So I can't remember, did I watch it for him or did I watch it because it was on my Do-Hwan list? At any rate, when I found Do-Hwan in there, of course, y'all know, woohoo, I was like, uh-oh. So I paid close attention because I just kind of wanted to see what kind of work is he doing in here? Like, is this going to be just side character guy, or is he, really, can you catch something from him? So one of the things I learned about him as I watched this is that I think one article I read called him a certified scene stealer. I'm going to have to give him that title and say, yes, he has earned it. He does it because even though, I don't want to mispronounce his name. Hold on one second. Even though Kim Young-kwang, his character is Do-Nam Gil in the show, even though he is the lead and he is doing his job, he's running it, he's doing it, Do-Hwan happens to be like, he used to be in a gangster. I mean, not call it a gang because I don't think you all they function in South Korea the exact same as we do with that concept. He was a gangster. And so in this, he had this guy who they called like a father who had adopted them from a orphanage, him and Do-Hwan's character. So they were raised to be fighters and do the stuff that they needed to do in this gangster role or gangster world that they live in. He winds up leaving, and he leaves BT and run to this lady who was really kind to him, who took extra notice of him, and she, brought him into her home. And so she raised him after, so he was past 20 by the time she brought him in, but still she saw good in him and she wanted to help him out. Do-Hwan's character, though, wound up staying in the gang, and so they wind up meeting again because basically the gang leader is like, he needs to bring his cell phone back over here. I don't know what made him think he could just walk away from us, but that's not how this works. Do-Hwan's character is now picked up and he's like second in command, and so he's trying to bring him back over. Well, they have their moments, and for the most part they respect him because they know who he was prior to him leaving, and he must have been somebody super important. They knew who he was prior to him leaving, but he never goes back. Like, they work together for something at the end. Him and old boy wound up working together to break down the kingpin, is what I'm gonna call this man, to break his rule down so that he could break free, and so Do-Hwan's character could break free. But again, this was a case where in the movie or in the show, he is fully in that role. You believe him to be this character. You believe him to have these situational feelings and what's going on, and his trying to maintain, like, everything about him. You believe he's that character as you're watching. So that was the next role. After that, he was a movie I saw called Battle of Incheon. He was not very intricate in that. Like, Battle of Incheon, if I'm getting my movie correct, you barely saw him. He was one of the guys who was online, and I think he got shot because they had come through and they were killing all of the, I can't remember what they were called. Like, okay, so here's where, this is not my history, so I don't know it as well as you all would. In Korean history, you have where they are battling against the Japanese rule, and they have the, I don't want to call them freedom fighters. Do you know anything about that? Something else?
Vaguely, just because I think, you know what, I'm not even gonna say or guess, because I know that they were at war with Japan, and I know they have a like kind of sketchy, weird relationship with Japan even now. But yeah. I don't know all the back. I know Japan did some dire, dastardly type stuff to the Koreans, but I don't know everything about that history. And maybe we should do a podcast about, you know, just an understanding of South Korean history or something, or just like focus on each of the countries, like China, or just, you know, like a general something or other, so that we have some context, because clearly it matters in this case and we don't know.
And I'm also going to give America was somehow involved, because 100% sure. But any which way, this has something to do with America being over there for trying to help. America is always somewhere trying to fuck up something. Yeah, you know how it goes. It's the 50s, and there is an American-led UN coalition that is deployed in Korea to aid the struggling South Koreans. And it was Douglas MacArthur. I was right. General Douglas MacArthur was the one who was there trying to get this battle going. And so you have those who are part of this fight, the people who want Korea to be freed, and then you have the people who are still wanting to hold on with the Japanese rule. He happened to be on the Japanese rule side, and so the others had come in and they found out who all these people were, and they just started killing them, and he was one of the first ones to go. That was as far as his character went. Like, you never got to see him speak a line, you never got to see him do much of anything, but you know, hey, it's a movie, he was in it. Moving on. The next movie he's in was called Master. I loved. Really? Master had, yes. Guess who was in it? Kim Woo-bin. He's the guy from Boys Over Flowers. Yeah, no. Heirs. He's in Heirs. The one who was the motorcycle rider.
Oh, right. That dude who should be a lead somewhere. Him. Dude with the before and after shot. Him. Like, when you see him when he's young, he don't look like the way he looks now. Kim Woo-bin. Okay. Yeah, he's been very popular. I'm surprised. I need to research him just a smidge more, because I haven't kept up with that's why. I was like, I haven't found him in anything or kept up with what his career is doing. But then I just saw this thing in Viki 3 months ago, an article. Kim Woo-bin talks about starting next chapter of life with a new mindset, returning after hiatus with first film in 4 years and more. I'm going to have to read that. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter or something.
That, and he was also ill.
Oh,
He was dealing
really?
with the illness. Yeah.
Wow,
So
I did
when you
not
read that, it'll tell you
know.
about it. He was dealing with the illness.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I saw he was the bad guy in Heirs that I almost kind of wish he'd won, like I like him as an actor.
Well, have you seen Uncontrollably Fond?
No, chick.
Oh,
I
you
would
have to
remember
see
that
that.
name.
Yes, yes. In that
Heck.
drama, he is the lead, and yeah, yeah. Now
Okay,
it's
great.
sad though, so get your tissue, because yeah, man.
No, I'm not trying to
I'm
do that.
sorry.
You might as well tell me now.
I
Is he
can't
back
tell you
in
now.
or
I
something?
cannot. I cannot.
Well, tell me offline because I'm not trying to watch some stuff that ends badly. Like I'm just telling you right now.
It's
And if
it's
I even
it's not a
glean,
bad ending. It's just a sad ending. It's not bad. It's
no,
not bad.
no, then I don't want sad either. I don't believe in sad. I believe in happy and good all the time.
But you get to see him win. He is the lead, and he is doing the doggone
And you said,
thing.
what is that called?
Uncontrollably fond.
Oh, I see it right there. Yeah, because cool dude.
So in this movie, Master, Ubin
Hmm.
is the one who is the lead. He's works for this company. He's a shyster. His whole thing is about how to swindle people out their money. There's this guy, President Jin, who runs the company, and he is the biggest shyster. And so they are doing this work. All of a sudden now they're being investigated by the people, and they come to him and they were like, look, we know every single thing y'all did. We know about all your private accounts. We know all your business. So you got a choice. Either you work with us, get us to Jin, because we really don't want you. You small fish. We want him. He's the head. Or you finna go down for everything. So he has this whole moment of try to work it out, try to get out, try to go do what he tries to do, and it just doesn't work.
Mm.
In the process, the guys who are looking for President Jin tell him, since you fucked up, you finna work for us now. You gonna come on over
Wow.
here and you gonna help us break back down his whole thing, because now he's moved to Cuba. He's starting over again, and you're gonna help us on how he sets up. He has a wife, and his wife has these henchmen because the man has no loyalty to anybody, including his wife. To the point he gets ready, and she's not officially his wife, she's playing his wife, but like she been with him since the beginning. Him, her, and
Mm.
Kim Woo Bin's
She a bottom
character
bitch.
had been together all from the very beginning. But he was willing to let Kim Woo Bin's character get cut off. He was willing to kill her off, all because he wanted to be the head. So in this movie, Do-Hwan happens to be a henchman who works for him. He's one of
Mm.
the gunmen. He, controls the gun. And so one night, him and old girl are sitting out there talking, and basically she's like, do you have loyalty to my husband, or do you have loyalty to whoever, like, how do you flow? And so I can't even remember how he responded to her, but at the end of the day, he wound up not having loyalty to her. She wanted him to work for him, and he was like, yeah, no, I guess he stuck with where the money was. And did he get killed? I cannot remember. He might have died in this show too. Can't really remember. The story was not really about him. Like I said, he was just a henchman for President Jin. But between Kim Woo Bin's character and the guy who was the leading policeman, they helped to bring and tear Jin down, and I think it gave Kim Woo Bin's character an opportunity to not like go down for as much time as he would have had he not helped them out. He'd have been stuck in jail for a long time. But it was a good movie. I
Mm.
enjoyed it. It kind of gave
Okay.
me the mindset of Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay. 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 And so do you notice as you are watching the progression of the films he took that it's like you could see him growing in
Yes,
ability or
yes.
growing in like kind of stature? Um
I must say yes, definitely.
okay. So that means he picks well because we've talked about actors and
Gosh,
some
yes.
of it is really their talent and some of it is the strategy of picking their films well, right? So you can have the greatest actor, but if they pick badly, then it just throws them the hell off.
And so I think that's one of the things I kind of wonder how much of it is their picking and how much of it is their management's picking, like the people who are over them. Like, do I know they obviously have to go in, they have to do the reading, they have to, decide, yes, this is good for me or no, not. But like what gets to them in so many words, how is that decided? Because I'm sure there's no screenwriters who are sending actors their information. It's going through the company first, and the company determines this could be good for this one, this could be good for that one, if that makes sense, right?
Well, no, and I'm sure it's true. I mean, if they're anything like the American film and television industry, I'm sure it's a mixed bag, right? And I allow for the fact that an actor has a team, and sometimes the actor may be convinced to do a film or a television show that they don't personally fall in love with, and then it becomes a big hit, because we've seen various actors talk about, well, I've signed up for this and then it became this big thing that I didn't know it was going to become. But at the end of the day, like, if you have a team and they keep on getting you bad films, or they just don't know how to get you into the good films that you might be interested in, that's for you to like change management, right? That's why I'm like, if one or two films fall off, okay, people do bad films or bad television shows all the time. But if I see two or three in a row, I'm good on you. Like, you ain't picking right.
And that's what I'm asking.
I don't care how good you are. That means that your management is bad. You're picking your management. Like, at the end of the day, it's that actor's career. So,
and that's why I asked, because there's like a few actors who I do seriously inquire, is it you picking this crap, or is it the people around you picking this crap? Like, what is going on? So like, even before we got to the whole concept of, I love Ji Chan-wook initially, before we got to this show that he just did, Backstreet Rookie. Even prior to that, like, I liked the shows he had done. I enjoyed his stuff. I went and I'd watched the reason I watched the first Chinese drama I'd ever watched was because he was in it and I wanted to see it. But then when he came back from military service, I was like, that first one was a no. Then the second one, the fuck? So I'm going, okay, I had already pre-decided, okay, his people are not helping him pick good dramas. Now, I've heard that people love Backstreet Rookie, so that one might have been a good hit for him. They shall see, because, I'm pretty much done with him. But like, he was somebody I paid attention to. Actor Kim Jisoo, he is a second all the time. Even in this drama now, he is a high schooler. He's in love with this woman. His brother marries the woman. And so I'm trying to figure out, where are we going with this? And why can't he ever get the girl? He can never get the girl in these dramas. Right. He's always the side guy. Even in the one people keep bringing up, My First Love, he still doesn't get the girl. Like, I need him to get a drama where, what the hell? He was good in Bad Guys Vile City. I enjoyed his character in that, but that didn't have anything to do with love. It was just action. So maybe that might be the right route he needs to go. Actions. I don't know. And then it was.
Well, you know what? Let me say this. And this is something I've learned from Will Smith and watching Will Smith's career. I think there's something wonderful about being the lead and being top billing and making that nice money. I think that is fabulous and wonderful. But I think that sometimes you have to move strategically with your career. And if you find that you should be, like, you're better in ensemble roles, or you're better as the sidekick, or you're better as the best friend, sometimes, that's a lane. That's a perfectly good lane to go down for most of your career, because you're still working and you're recognizable. Are you typecast a little bit? Yes, but you're typecast with a check, so that's why I'm like, it would be wonderful to see some actors in lead roles, but sometimes I have to wonder if maybe just the persona that they have put out to the public and like the lane they've picked is just what it is. Like, if I see Kevin Hart in a dramatic role, or even like a romance, it better have some humor, because I just don't see him in a straight drama, like a straight
Yeah.
romance with no
Straight
humor.
lace. Right.
Humor. Right. I just don't see that. So it's like you have to lean into your talent.
And I agree with that as well, but gee, I guess. Sometimes I don't know, when you like a character or like an actor, because again, it's not just a character. When you like an actor, you want to see them not just always be the sidekick. You want to see them have an opportunity to shine. So, I'm looking to see for that, because he also has another drama coming out this fall called Amanza. So he's in the When I Was Prettiest, which is airing now, and Amanza is coming out. So I'm looking to see both of those. So we'll see. And then speaking in turn back to Do-Hwan, the next 7 that he picked, the next 7 that he was in were all great. So like he was in Save Me, which was about the because I think I told you about it when I was watching it. The people they were in the church and it was like a cult.
Yes.
Okay, he was in that. He was a lead character. He did a great job in that. Like really good. Mad Dog was another good one, and it's a different style of character. And that's the other thing, is that these are not all the same type of character, because that's something else we could talk about. And so even though I told you earlier, and I'm laughing as I say this, because I really am a Lee Min-ho fan, like super fan. I'm a member of the fan group. However, he played the same type of role all the damn time.
Right. No, we have to own that.
Yeah.
The love of, I keep on calling him Lee Min-ho, but you said his Min-ho.
Yeah.
Yes. The love that we have for him, I don't love him as much as you do, but the love we have for him is tempered by just the reality of things. I think he is just as good at acting in the way that he acts as he is at cultivating his public persona, right? So I think he's good at his job overall, but I don't think he's like the greatest actor ever. He is one who knows how to pick, for the most part, with rare exception. He knows how to pick dramas that showcase him as the asshole who has a sense of humor. I think he played that in Heirs and in Boys Over Flowers. He knows how to play towards his type, and he doesn't really deviate. And luckily, that type allows him to be in leading roles. So,
right. That was one of the things that I think I liked, is that Do-Hwan plays a variety of roles. So like in Save Me, he's a high school student who winds up going to jail because a person died while he was fighting. He goes to jail, he comes out, and he, continues on. So that's a whole different persona than in Mad Dog, where he is he was born in Germany. So I think he's a German immigrant, but he's a Korean German. And he speaks German, and he comes and he's, an intelligent person who has this whole, like, I can't remember what exactly his job title was, because he seemed to be like, have you ever met the characters who they are the jack of all trades, they do everything?
No, you mean like they got lots of part-time jobs?
No, not part-time jobs. Like he literally has some expertise in all areas, it seemed. And so he flows in that. So like, because he's got these varying levels of expertise, one day he might be putting on, and like, basically he's doing an investigation. And in doing this investigation, sometimes he worked and I mean, it would be literally for a day or two. He's not doing this as, no, I'm trying to get a job. It's just to get information. But he might be working as a exterminator. He might be working as a painter.
Oh, wow.
He might be working as a IT person. He might be working it was a multi places. He did a whole bunch of stuff in Mad Dog. And so again, you get to see
him. So he was a good spy. He was a really good spy. He's like a genius level spy. Right.
But
he's
you get
a genius
to see,
level spy.
You get to see him in a variety of different roles and how he functions in those. And that was, again, good. And he even won an award for that. He got the KBS Drama Award 2017 for Best New Actor for that role. Next was Tempted. He is the lead. That is, okay, so everything you saw in Let's Go to Rose Motel.
Mm-hmm.
He get to use it. So in Tempted, no, there's no clothes coming off like that, but he is kind of like the gigolo for most part. He he tempts women. Older women, younger women, it don't matter. Him and his friends are like these chaebol who they make up these games. And so, okay, I dare you to go try and date her. What do you think it'll take? Dare you to go date this one. I dare you to go mess with this one. And so like he even had somebody's mama. He is wooing and swooing, and she fell all the way in too. It was wild. I was like, alrighty then. But that one he went to do a job and he wound up falling in love with one of the girls. So that was a good one.
So it's kind of like Dangerous Liaisons, but like older and different slightly.
Yeah.
Like he's not really checking for any of these chicks, but he's definitely able to swerve all of them. Okay. Okay.
And so he got an award for that one as well. Yes. Because I'm telling you, on some of them, I'm like, damn, he got mad skills. Yes. So on that one, he won an award as well for Excellent Actor for NBC Drama Awards 2018. He was in the movie Divine Fury, which was like I called it a horror, but some people say not. Okay, so Divine Fury is him and Park Sejun, and Park Sejun is a WWE wrestler. No. What's them people who do the mixed martial arts? He's a mixed martial arts wrestler. Okay. And he is in that world. He starts having these things happening to him where he can't continue on, so he stops and he takes a break to try to like bring himself together, in which case it's all dealing with the concepts of like spirituality, religion, and demonic stuff. And he starts having these dreams where he has these crosses appear in his hand, blood just flowing for no good reason. He goes to this priest who does exorcisms. The priest tries to help him, but he winds up helping the priest because there's a man they were doing an exorcism on, and it went crazy and it attacked his younger priest. So he helped the priest out. So him and the priest became friends, and they run into Jishin, which is Do-Hwan's character, who's like this super demonic dude who worships something that he takes offerings to, people offerings, and drops it in the water and it eats it. And yeah, it's wild.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Not what
he
I'm
turns into this whole thing. Girl, I know, right? I wasn't trying to, but mom fell in with me. She watched it and thought it was good too. But
isn't it interesting to watch our mothers watch some of these dramas because it's like you're watching and you're like, okay, it's okay. But then you see them watching, you're like, is this drama good enough for them? Are they getting the most out of this? Do they understand why I like this a lot? And then they are all caught up. Like my mom has easily watched 2 dramas independent of me. She don't care about me. She don't care about what I like. She's like, oh, I like this one. And it's crazy. It cracks me up because I know your mom. I'm sure she was like, what is this up to? What did she think about it?
And it was a movie, so that made it better because it was if it were a drama, she might have lost interest. Because it was a movie, she was able to see it all the way through to the end, and that was good for her. She enjoyed it. She thought it was good. It had some good points, and she, didn't expect that the thing, because he turned into like this thing, like a demon.
You should have said spoiler to that one.
Huh?
You should have said spoiler.
Oh, I know, right? I should have said spoiler to a lot because I'm telling a whole lot of the stuff, but oh well. And this one, yes, spoiler for Divine Fury. If you have not seen it, I apologize. Spoiler. He turns into this thing, and so she was like really like happy at the end that Park Sejun's character was able to kick his ass and kill it off, and he was done for. But yeah, that was him in the movie. And he did a good job again because you believe he truly was that crazy in this movie. So, hey. And then next he did My Country, New Age. That was one of those historical dramas, but it was really good. That one was on Netflix is how I saw that. And I think I saw My Country, New Age either right before or right after The King Eternal Monarch. But whichever way it went for me, it was just another confirmation to this dude is good. I like him. He was in another movie that I saw as well called The Divine Move 2, The Wrathful. And in this one, he's a character where, so you have a guy who is I think it's called Baduk. That game they play that kind of looks like chess, but it has those pieces with the intricate designs on them. Do you know what I'm talking about? No. It's the one where they have the black and white pieces. Have you ever you've seen them play that game, and it kind of reminds me of chess now, or checkers. Now that I'm saying it, is it Go? It might be.
Yeah, I think it's Go with the round pieces.
Yeah,
I think it's Go.
Okay, so he's like the bomb.com Go player, the guy who the
right, and I think that like in South Korea they like are so super serious about Go.
Yes, to the point where when he was younger, he was trying to get somebody to help him like become a very good player, but the guy, because they were from a poor family, basically like, fuck you, you've got nothing to work with, and I'm not trying to help you. And he wound up raping his sister. His sister killed herself. So his whole mission was to become the best Go player in order to meet this dude who was like one of the top Go players and kick his ass playing Go, because he wanted to embarrass him publicly. He got his opportunity.
For raping his sister?
Well, yeah.
Wait, so his response,
because he couldn't prove, again, he was a little boy. He's a little boy. He's like 11, 12 years old when this goes down. He's poor. They have nobody to really help them or to back them. So his sister got raped, came home, and killed herself. Because she killed herself, he wanted to take revenge. And his revenge was, I'm going to become the best Go player and come back and publicly humiliate you.
I applaud the 11-year-old. I guess you got to do something until you can do something.
And so by the time he became an adult, he had a whole other scene going on, and it turned into way more than just a public humiliation, but it did go down. But any which way, in his getting to the man and becoming the top Go player, he like had to play against some like straight up harsh people. One of them being a man who would cut heads off if you didn't win against him. If you didn't win against him, you could lose your head, you could lose your hand. He was just ruthless. Another man, he worked in some kind of thing, and if you didn't win against him, he would throw you over into this fire pit. Well, so he played against that guy and he won. And the guy, because he won and it was money involved, he jumped into the pit. Well, he had a son who watched all this go down. His son is Do-Hwan's character later on, because after dude gets so far, he has to come back now and deal with this dude. And he created this Go board that had, if you did not earn enough points, it would tilt the thing over and then it would shoot a gun at you, and you had some kind of something that would burn your eyes or something. It was wild, some kind of wild ass board he built, but that's what he played him against, and he eventually won. And oh boy, died off for real, but he had burns on him because he had tried to pull his father out of the pit. So his name was Loner in that movie.
You know what? That's the reason I would watch this movie, just to see like the various dangerous ways people were playing Go. You know what I'm saying?
They played on a train track, and it was like either you win before the train comes or you gonna get hit. And the dude got hit because he won and he jumped off.
Yeah,
so, it was some wild
maybe
stuff.
That's what's that called again?
That one was called The Divine Move 2, The Wrathful.
Okay, I might watch that one.
So,
because I like action films, and
I do too.
Crazy. And that sounds super crazy. Like, that's the most dangerous game of Go ever, huh? So what was he in next?
And the last one was The King Eternal Monarch before he went to military duty.
Okay. So he has had a nice library, stable, if you will, of films and television shows to kind of get him through the next few years, especially since he ended on a super high note. So yes, I'm sure when he leaves military service, he's going to have plenty of work and plenty of opportunities.
And I think he has an excellent management company. Key seems to do a very good job of protecting his name, trying to make sure, the stuff that they put out about him, like they're the ones who drop pictures sometimes. And so when those pictures come, that's when you'll see I've done another TikTok because new pictures have appeared. But like they, do a good job of keeping his image out there, making sure he hasn't died off and making sure it's, positive. because they're also the people who
Right.
tried to dismiss the concept of let's go to Rose Motel when the rest of the world knew already.
Right. And you know what? If they don't do that work in support of him, there's someone named Song Rae who does, who makes sure that dude is remembered on a monthly
Oh,
basis,
Jesus.
damn near. I think you should reach out to them so that they know that you are on their team. They didn't know this, but you are on their team. I would even say, just from a purely like
Oh,
mercenary point of
Jesus.
view, they need to cut you a regular check. Because I mean, we are even doing a whole podcast about dude because of your love of this dude. So I think that they should recognize that somehow. Were there any other points or anything that you feel that listeners should know or look out for when it comes to him and his work?
No, because like I said, I think overall he is an excellent actor. It's not just, mind you, I'm going to give, if you didn't realize somewhere along the lines here, he is fucking fine first.
Mm.
That's just first. So if you didn't know that part, know that as well. But yes, aside from his looks, the visuals and all of that, he's really a good actor and you enjoy the work he does.
I respect him more for his work. I think he's very handsome. It's like he's smoothly handsome. Like y'all know, like you all can tell now the difference between who I think is fine versus who Song Rae thinks is fine. I like him to be a little bit rough and tumble, or maybe you don't know.
I can't agree. I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm listening.
She's like, I can't agree at all. Yeah, we just have slightly different tastes. I just think he's too cute, just too cute. I'm gonna let you end this because this is your show about Do-Hwan. I've learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot about him. I have a brand new respect for him, but please end this show as you would like it to end.
I just would like to say thank you to all of the other Do-Hwan fans that are out there because you guys have kept me going as well. So shout out to you guys, those on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and even over in my Pinterest land. I thank all of you all because, again, I think together we're going to help make it through this. So once he finally gets out, we get to see some new work and woohoo! Aside from that, Do-Hwan, we are waiting for you to return, and we hope you have a safe military service and return to us ready to work so we can see some more of your awesome actions. I think that's it for me. This is Something Else and Song Rae from Black Girl Seoul.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much for listening to Black Girl Seoul. We enjoyed having you, and please subscribe, like, and follow our Facebook page, YouTube channel, Twitter page, Instagram page, and join our Facebook group. You can also find us on Patreon. Please look below for links. See you guys next week.